Hello to all my lively ladies, you're very welcome back. My name is Trish and you're very welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's workout we are going to do 20 essential strength exercises which I think should be included into our exercise schedule on a regular basis. Now before we get into those exercises, let's get ourselves warmed up. So I'm just gently here digging or pressing the heel into the floor, slight bend in the knee and getting the arms going just to bring up the heart rate. Just get some blood circulating around the body and get our muscles, ligaments and joints ready to lift some weight. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to just go between a heavier pair of dumbbells, maybe back down to a lighter pair of dumbbells. So if you have a selection of weights, just keep them handy because you may find you might be able to lift a little bit heavier with some of these moves. I am going to do a box squat. That requires some sort of a chair or a seat, but you can actually just squat if you want to, if you don't feel like you need assistance with squatting. But even so, box squats are great to do even if you're absolutely brilliant at squatting. You may get away with more weight with box squatting as well. Let's crisscross the arms in front. Move across the room. That's it. I also have an exercise mat because I am going down onto the floor for a couple of those exercises, but I will give you alternatives where you can stay upright if you don't want to go down onto the floor as well. Okay, let's over the head now and get these chest muscles and shoulder girdle nice and warm for lifting some weight. It's good now, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like these are just exercises that I picked myself, that I do quite regularly as well, that I think are very important and should be included into an exercise routine very much on a regular basis, about twice a week, okay? Keeping the muscles strong and working on your endurance as well, your stamina. Okay, so I think these are really good moves to hit a lot of body parts as well. It hits a lot of the major muscle groups too, and that's why I've included them. Okay, now I am bringing back the surrenders. You're probably going, oh no, not the surrenders. But again, you can just do the low step backs or just even step back if you can't even do a low step back. Let's reach across the room. Now you might need a mat for a surrender if you're working on a wooden floor like here. Or if you're on a carpeted area, you'll probably be fine, but just have a mat handy or something just in case you need that, or a towel for support for the knees. Good. And like I say, a chair and some water if you need it, in case you need a sip of water, and have your dumbbells ready there. Let's punch out to the side now. Good. Now we're not doing cardio today. The surrender might get your heart rate up a little bit. It is kind of more of a conditioning exercise, a little bit of strength, mobility, and a little bit of cardio comes into it because of the up-down motion. Now you can use your chair if you need to help you with the surrender. It can actually really does help a lot of people to drive themselves back up off the floor. So have something handy for yourself for that. Okay. Let's bring the arms across the body now, sort of like a bicep curl, tapping out that toe, doing the slightest little seat in the middle there, just to bring a little bit of elasticity into those muscles. That's it, good. If you're feeling a bit stiff, it's nice to get going a little bit of cardio as well, just to heat up the body, get a little bit of sweat flowing, a bit of oil there. That's the only cardio really today, apart from maybe we've got a commando push-up coming today. I'm not sure, I think it's a little while since I've done one of those, but I'll show you an upright version too. That's great, and wonderful exercise for developing the strength in your shoulders and chest and your triceps. Good, let's go 4, 3, 2. Now I want you to hold the legs open wide, about shoulder distance or a little wider, and reach up. Good, reach up. Now watch that your tailbone is heading down to the floor and you're not leaning too far forward. You're tracking your knees out over your shoelaces. Good, use your breath there. Breathe in, expel the air. That's it, good. Well done. Reach up and reach up. If you haven't got any weights, just give this workout a go. Body weight I always say if you're not used to doing strength exercises, it's good to learn the exercises using your body weight first. Get that pattern down for your nervous system and for your muscles. Let's do 2 more and we'll circle those arms. Great, circle and circle. Good. And if you can't make big circles, you know, yes, little circles out in front will do fine. That's it. Good. And around and around. Good. It's a lovely stretch there for the front of the chest and into the shoulders, that upper trunk area. Great. Nice and big. And 4 and 3. Let's go the other way. 2 and 1 and circle around. Good. Great. And 4 and 3, 2 and 1. A little shoulder press here. Good. Back into the shoulders. Can never warm up the shoulders enough. That's it. Drive the weights up. We have a seated shoulder press today. Of course, you can do it standing, but the reason why I like seated shoulder press is because it takes the legs out of it and the shoulders have to work all by themselves. Now we're working for 15 seconds, that's rest or recovery, and 45 seconds to do the work. If you want more time to work, just decrease the rest time. That's all. Good. Shoulders are feeling a little bit heavy now. 2 to go. Last one, let's open those hips. Try not to sway your hips. Keep them, you can put your fingertips on those hip bones there, those bony protrusions. So here's your hip bones here at the front, the ones you can actually feel, and then your pubic bone is down in the center. And they form an upside down triangle, okay? And it's important to keep that triangle in a neutral position, so you're not actually overly sticking your bottom out or overly tucking it under in our everyday life. If you find a position in between, that's a neutral spine. Good. If you're lying flat on the floor, your neutral spine, you should be able to, your hip bones and pubic bones stay in the same plane, and you should be able to rest a glass of water or a cup of tea on it without it spilling over, and then you've found your neutral spine. It takes practice to do that in a standing position. Good. Now feeling a nice pull there in the groin. That's it. Let's go for 2 and 1. Little side lunges. We have side lunges coming today, so I always like to warm them up. That's it. Good. Keep your chest up here. Now a lot of people tend to drop their chest down when they're side lunging. So think about a tall chest, head to the ceiling. That's it. You can make your lunge a little bigger there if you can. Now if you can't lunge at all, just keep to side steps. All right, we have a side lunge today, narrow squat in the middle, like suitcase squat or narrow squat. And then the other side. Great. Feeling the legs loosening out a good bit deal now. That's it. 2 to go. And last one. Right, let's get ourselves moving. So the first one, I'm going to do a box squat. You can do this exercise, just squat away if you want to. I just like to, sometimes you can go heavier with a box squat. Now I'm going to go with 2 threes here, 3 kilograms, which is about 7 pounds each. Okay, this is the first one. I'll talk you through the rest as we go through the workout. Right, enjoy yourselves. 15 seconds now to move. Okay, you can put the weights up on your shoulders. That makes it a little bit trickier, or you can leave them out in front, okay? Make sure the chair's not going to move on you. It's really important now, particularly if you're working on a wooden floor. Okay, sit down, tap your bum, stand up and give your bum cheeks a little squeeze there, but don't lean back, okay? Sit down, drive your weight out of the chair. Now let's get our breathing going. Breathe in, breathe out. If you want to make it harder, put the weights up on your shoulder. That's it, good. Sit down. Good, well done. Now we have a dumbbell snatch coming next, and we're alternating. That means we're going to do both sides. You can make that exercise harder by actually putting the weight on the floor, and that means you're going to have to get into sort of a very deep squat too, to get that weight back up off the floor for the other arm. Okay, so I'll quickly show you. One weight here is perfect. So very deep squat. If you're going down to the floor, just be aware of that. Put it down. Other side picks it up. Or you can just switch hands in between. Okay, and it's a little awkward, but you can change over to the other side, and that takes the deep squat out of it. Okay, so you have options there. Well done. A little bit slower when you're going all the way to the floor, but this is strength today now. That's it. Good. Lift up, lovely mobility for the upper half while you strengthen the lower half. That's it, good. Reach up. Keep that back flat for me now. Don't round your spine. Keep your head up a little bit. That'll encourage a flat back. Well done. Now a firm favourite here for me with the strength workouts coming next. That's a stiff leg deadlift. And as the name suggests, you keep the legs quite stiff, just a slight bend in the knee. So we're going down towards the floor, back up, okay? Abs engaged. Breathe in. Breathe out, that's it. So run the weights down the front of your body here, just down your legs. Stick your rear out behind you, stick your glutes, your bum out. Keep your head up a little bit to encourage upright, flat back. That's it. Good. Well done. We've got some single arm back row. Next time I'm going to use the chair for that. You can actually just use a wall for support or just some sturdy piece of furniture. Let's go down. Back up, feeling the whole posterior chain working hard there. Now, just using the chair now for the next one. Stagger your legs down towards the floor, drive the weight back behind you. Keep your elbow tucked in. Now this is one where you'll find you'll get away with a heavier weight. That's it, good. Sometimes if you have smaller dumbbells, I do see people like doubling up with the dumbbells. It can be a little bit awkward to hold two in one hand, but if they're small enough, you might get away with it. It's all about experimenting with what you have. Again, keep that hand or that elbow tucked into your rib cage. Draw that elbow back behind you. Working your latissimus dorsi here, the big swimmer's muscle. And into the bicep, shoulder. Good. Nice and slow. Return to the beginning. And then we work one side, of course we're going to work the other side. So move yourself over. If you're using a chair, go to the opposite side, get into position. Make sure your tummy muscles are engaged. Keep your back straight. Stagger the legs, long arm to the floor, reach up. So straighten the arm completely. That's it, good. And lower the weight all the way down towards the floor. That's it, good. Drive your elbow back behind you. Well done. Now this is one exercise you'll really feel the shoulders working and into the bicep if the weight's heavy enough for you. Good. Big muscles here doing this action, so you will get away with heavier weight. Sumo squats next with calf raises. Choose what weight you want to work with there. Well done. Okay. Now just make your area, free up your area there. So sumo squat, so I'm going to just hold the weights out in front and then open your toes quite exaggerated, point them out to the side for a sumo position. Down and up, good. And squeeze out those calf muscles. Now we have those surrenders coming next, so you have plenty of options with them. First of all, have a chair beside you in case you would like to go all the way to the floor. You can use the chair to help you get up and down. You might need a mat for support for the knees. A bit of cushioning there might be needed. If you're just saying I'm not doing that exercise at all, you stick with either low step backs or just step it back till you build up strength in your legs to do low step backs, and that will give you strength to do the surrenders eventually. They need to be practiced though a good few times a week. Now let's do it body weight. Now if you really are advanced, you can go with weights. Keep your chair beside you. And we're just going to kneel down. Let's get going now. Stand up, and you can use the chair, okay? If you don't need a chair, go ahead. Low step backs for anyone that does not want to kneel to the floor. So you're getting your knee down towards the floor. Now if you feel like that's too much for you, just step it back. And you can use weights here. You can challenge yourself with weights, whether you're doing the low step backs or just stepping back. I'll get a few of these in. It's very challenging to do the surrender with a weight in your hand, but if you want to, go ahead. You can build up strength body weight as well. Driving up. Good. Ideally, you should go and let the other leg lead as well. So you can do that at the end of the workout if you want to add in that extra exercise at the end. Right, let's go for side lunges. I'll stick with these. So side lunge, suke deadlift, and then the other side. Let's go. Side lunge or side step, narrow squat, and side lunge. Good. Narrow squat or suke squat. Keep your back straight there for me with that narrow squat. Good. Hitting the inner and outer thighs with the side lunge. And of course, quads, glutes, abs with that narrow squat. Good. Over we go. Good. Next one, now we have a body weight exercise. So there's a few body weights today anyway. We're going to do a side leg lift. We're going to bend the knee first, and then we're just going to do a straight leg side leg lift. This one, again, you might need support. So have your chair in front, bent, straight. Now stay on one side. I'm going to challenge myself. And again, you can put a weight in your hand here and challenge yourself even more. Bend. Side leg. Now don't lean too far to the side. Put down your weight if that's happening you. I'd rather you switched on those obliques than hold a weight in your hand. Good. You can bend that supporting leg a little bit if you need for balance. Bent leg. Straight leg. Bent. Straight. You feeling those little muscles there? Those glute medius, glute minimus working hard. Bend. Straighten, good. Straighten, that's it, good. Bend and straighten, well done. Okay, let's do the other side. All right, hold two weights in your hand if you want even more of a challenge. Abs engaged now, do that little tilt back of your pelvis to keep your abs locked in. Bend your leg, straighten. You can put your foot down if you need to regain balance. Good. Bent leg. Straighten. Don't lean too far to the side. If you're looking in a mirror, keep an eye on that. Good. Bent leg. Straighten. Good work. Bend the leg. Good work. Well done. You don't have to kick out so high. You can keep it down low here if you feel like you're falling over. Bent leg. Straighten. That's it. Good. Well done. Bicep curls next. 2 bicep curls, 2 hammer curls. Okay. All right, let me just get this chair out of the way. Now, I seem to be staying with these ones today, but if you feel like you need to change down, go ahead. So 2 regular curls, and then face the palms towards each other for hammer curls. Okay, so 1, palms up to the ceiling, then palms face each other for 2. Good, rotate, palms up for 2, palms face each other for 2. So just hitting different areas of the bicep. Make sure that you're bringing the weight all the way up to your shoulder. Contract that muscle for me. Slow this one down. Remember, strength is slow. Good. Tuck in those elbows into your little waist pockets for me. Well done. Now 3 back flies coming next and 3 back rows. So hybrid move, just trying to hit as many areas of the body as we can with our 20 moves. You know your back rows, just bend over slightly. So 3 there, and then we're going to row back for 3. Now let's get our abs engaged. Stick your bottom out. You can bend down a little deeper if you want to. 1, 2, 3. Now into a row. 1, 2, 3. Good. Hitting that back. Working on the posture. 2, 3. 1, 2. Now feel the shoulder blades coming together there behind you with the fly here. 2, 3, and with the back row. 1, 2, 3. You should be feeling some retraction there in your back. 2, 3. Let's get our rows in. 2 and 3. Now we've got some kickbacks. Come up and give your back a rest because we're going to go into that bent over position again. Reset your tummy muscles. Pull your belly button to your spine. Stick your bottom out. Bring the weights up. I'm sorry, we're doing one at a time. 1, 2, 2 together, okay? So 1 side, 2nd side, 2 together. That's it. 1, 2, 2 together. Good. 1. Now keep the upper part of the arm very still. It's just that lower part of the arm that is moving. Good. 1 side, 2nd side, 2 together. So we have the right, left, together. Arms should be feeling quite fatigued now. Good. And 2 together. Now I'm going to change down for this one. Pec deck. My arms are feeling a bit fatigued, so it's a pec deck. Right, so we're going to do 1 pec deck, 1 shoulder press. Okay, let's go together. Excuse me. 1, 2. Good. Open wide, bring in together, rotate the hands for shoulder press. Reach up, don't rush it. Take your time. Good. We've got some wood chops coming next. We're going to focus on one side of the wood chop just to take the and just make sure it's not so complicated. Sometimes you can get in a bit of a muddle when you mix wood chopping on both sides. So we're just going to stay on one side. That's it. Well done. Just there now. Feeling the burn now in that upper half particularly. Okay, I'm going to change up to 3 kilograms for wood chop. Outside of your leg, rotate your spine, turn on the foot. Make sure you actually rotate on the foot because you'll get a much, much better tummy exercise if you do. Stay on one side. Good. Reach up. Now you can actually start to feel the obliques, the muscles in around that rib cage as you slightly rotate your spine. That's it. Use your breathing. Breathe out to lift the weight up your head. Breathe in on return. Good. Lovely, lovely stretch there for your torso. Again, don't forget to rotate the foot a little bit. You can actually forget that, so just keep reminding yourself. Upper half's feeling quite fatigued now. Good. Well done. Take your rest because the upper half is going to be working again. Okay, and then we'll do the other opposite side of the trunk there, the torso. Heart rate might be up there a little bit because kind of that swinging type action there. Rotate the foot. That little rotation just brings a little bit more range of movement into the exercise. Reach up. Reach up. Good work. Reach. Well done. Now we're going down to the floor next. We're going to do some bear crawl rows. And you've plenty of options with this one. You can either stay up on a chair and do bear crawl on a chair. Same thing, you just use the chair as support. Or a coffee table might make it a little bit more intense. You can do body weight down on the floor, or you can use weight down on the floor. Well done. Okay, so whatever you choose to do, just make sure that you've got good form. So if you're going on the chair, just put your hands on the chair and do the same thing like I'm doing on the floor. Okay, so now this is very challenging for the body as a whole. Come up onto those toes, knees hover above the floor, drive the weight up towards your hands up toward, if you're using weight, grand, give it a go. That's it. Do exactly the same thing using your chair or a coffee table if you find coming to the floor is too tricky. But just bring those elbows up towards the side of your body like you do with back rowing, upright. If even the chair one is too tricky for you, go back to doing some back rows, upright. Pull your belly button into your spine. Keep your hips square as much as you can, facing the floor. This is just very challenging even to hold. If rowing's too hard for you, just hold it. That's it, hold it for 10 seconds. Well done. That is tough, okay. Now, we've got our commandos next. So if you're going to the door, it's one knee, second knee, drop to the floor, okay? That's for you. If you're not down on the floor, anyone that wants to challenge themselves a little bit more, is a little bit more advanced, one knee, second knee, slowly down to the floor. Sorry, I should have the mat rotated the other way. Keep going there. All right. One knee, second knee, down to the floor. Good. 1 and 2, down to the floor. Wonderful exercise to train your abdominals, your chest, your triceps. Do it slowly. Don't be tempted to try and get 30, 40, 50 reps out. And I'll finish it out there. Good, well done. 10 reps of that is good, particularly if you're not used to it. All right, seated shoulder press. Let's get a chair for that. Okay. Again, make sure your chair is not going to move. Choose your weight. Press that pubic bone down towards the chair for me there. Drive those weights up towards the ceiling. Long arms for me. All that up and down off the floor is actually turning this into a bit of a cardio workout. Okay, reach up. At any point, you can always pause the video and take a little bit of time with each of the exercises. I feel very rushed here. I gave myself the 15 seconds because I knew I'd be getting up and down off the floor, but I think an extra 5 seconds would have been handy. Good. One more. Well done. Okay, now the last exercise, one of my favorite exercises. I'm going to go down low because I usually do this maybe with very light weights when I'm working on my own. Lift up, back row, back down to the start. Let's go. Up, back row, bring it to the start. Now this is just a standing back row. This works really well with a band if you have a resistance band. Good. You have to tie it to a rafter or some sort of support there. Good. Up, back and down. Back and down. Great. It's wonderful for your posture. Keep your abs engaged here now. This is our last exercise and you've done so well. It's tough really doing 20 exercises, strength exercises in a row. So well done. And let's finish it out here. Good work. Well done. Now I'm really feeling the shoulders and the back worked with that workout. Okay. Well done, that was great. Now if you feel like you would like a little bit of cardio, I have plenty of, just go to my playlist, you'll see plenty of cardio workouts there for you. And you can just choose one there and get your cardio in if you feel like you like to do a little bit of cardio after your strength, and you should do that. If you've done a strength workout, and that's a good 20 minutes there working the muscles, bringing them through a full range of movement, go ahead now and try and get a little bit of cardio and get those heart and lungs worked too. Okay, let me know how you get on with those surrenders and what modification that you picked. The more you do those surrenders, the better. You really will benefit from them. They're great for strengthening the hips and bringing mobility in around this groin area. But they need practice. They need practice. You need to be doing them at least once a week. Now, I'm going to do a short cool down with you, but I want you to go and find one of the cool downs in my cool down playlist, which I will link in the description box underneath this video, and spend a little bit of time stretching out there for me. Okay, but just quickly before we finish, let's use our chair while we have it handy. And my back is feeling some of those moves, so let's stretch it out. So stretch out the lats and the shoulders, relax that neck. The further you push that chair away, the more intense the stretch gets. Gently press the palms of your hands into the back of the chair. Make sure your tummy muscles are engaged there, that you're not actually sinking your hips to the floor and you're not raising your bum up to the ceiling. So very much a straight back, just like you would if you were in a plank position on the floor. And feel that stretch building up. Good. Once that tension wears away, push the chair away a little bit more. And you'll feel yourself stretching a little further, like an elastic band. That's it. Good. This is why you have to hold your stretches for at least 30 seconds up to a minute, because you need that time to let that tension wear off. And then every time it wears off, you increase the stretch, and that's how we gain flexibility. That's it. Good. Well done. Okay, step forward, hold the chair, press your heel gently into the floor, and we'll just do a quick calf stretch. Good. Well done. Keep your chest upright here now. And again, just retract those shoulder blades a little bit. That's it. Good work. Well done. If you found those commandos hard, they are tough. There's no doubt about it, particularly the ones on the floor. Even the ones at the door are tough. But again, practice, just practicing, just do 10 reps before you go to bed every night. And I guarantee you that 10 reps will become 12, will become 15, and before you know it, you'll be on 20 plus. But they are hard, they really are. And particularly your lower back can tend to bow a little bit in them. So you have to watch that. And if that does happen, you just stop the exercise, reset your spine and go again. And just do them in chunks of 5 or something until you learn how to keep a good core engagement. Well done. Let's do a side stretch. Abs engaged here. Stretch over to the side. Well done. Feeling a lovely stretch there on the side of the trunk. Good. Keep your neck relaxed here. Big deep breaths. Well done. Other side. Great. So we got a good all-around workout there today. We got our biceps worked, we got our triceps worked, some work for the hamstrings with the stiff leg deadlift, definitely got those quads worked as well. Reach up to the ceiling. So wonderful, wonderful strength exercises there for you to do on a regular basis. So this would be a nice go-to video if you really want to keep going with your strength. If you have time, you could actually add a second round as well, okay? So you could do it all over again and get 2 rounds of the exercises in. That'd be really great. You really start to build up strength. Thank you so much for joining me today. Big thumbs up to you. You did a great job, and I'll see you in the next workout. See you soon.